Hello, friends. This is another episode of Empire of Lies, where we discuss manipulation and disinformation in Russian media, when propaganda plays World War III. This week, Russian television has once again turned into a theatre of mirrors. On Evening with Solovyov, viewers were offered paradoxical versions of the same reality. The world is on the brink of World War III. The world has retreated from the brink. America and China are one step away from war. America and China are friends. The purpose of such a chaotic array is simple: to disorient the audience, creating the impression that the truth is elusive, and therefore any action by Europe will be a mistake. America is outplayed, Europe is a vassal. Solovyov relishes repeating, "Everyone has misunderstood Trump." He supposedly froze aid to Taiwan, calls Xi a friend, does not want to spoil relations with China, and yet is catching Europe buying Russian oil. The logic is simple. The US isn't prepared to fight to the end, leaving Europe without support, meaning it will capitulate sooner or later. This is a classic ploy. The EU is portrayed not as an alliance, but as a colony, a tributary to Washington. Such rhetoric strikes a real nerve in Europe, its dependence on American security. But in reality, this dependence works both ways. Not a single major NATO operation in recent years would be possible without European resources and infrastructure. I really wanted to write a letter to Ursula. She might, at some point. We underestimate their emotional measures. They are emotional too. They too, despite all their hardened nature, are still controlled by emotions. It's evident. It's evident in everything they do. In the words of Stuber, in this Kalos, who, like in Borrell, who treats Russia with such disdain. But it's wrong, it's stupid, it shouldn't be done. But they do it because they can't contain themselves. Underlying this is the process called the decline of Europe, which they feel if they lose, they disappear from the world stage altogether. Well, imagine what will happen to them. This emotion, it doesn't give them, I repeat, the reason I'm saying this is, in my opinion, there's very little hope that they will come to some kind of decision. Like, okay, let's do this. They won't come to it. It's like getting under a train. Yes, but it's well known that on Friday, Estonia invoked NATO's Article 4 over Schrödinger's MiGs. They forgot that Poland hadn't helped, but they're still saying, let's all get together, sit around and cry, and talking about how bad Russia is. Well, in that sense, these small Baltic republics are a clear example of emotion. But if you use common sense, why do you need this? Idiots! Why? What's the point? You're located next to a huge country armed with nuclear weapons. Why? On the contrary, it's more profitable for you to find some company. Now they'll swamp their territory and they'll be happy. Well, what can you do? That's just the way people are.